Good evening, everyone. This is Al-Basiony, and this is my first video on my channel. Yesterday, I uploaded my welcome note, and I forgot to introduce myself. I work at Canadian International College as an English instructor and soft skills trainer. And as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to be tackling different topics. The first topic that we're going to be tackling today is book reviews, and the first book actually that came to my mind is the last book I'm currently reading. It's a worth reading book. You guys should get this book and absolutely read it. As you can see here, it's called Ecstasy, 65 Days, for Abdelhadi Alamshan, sorry. So far this is an Arabic writer, as you can see. Why I'm gonna talk about this book? Basically because this book has been really different when it comes to reading. The book, as we will see with the content here, allow me to just open the book and show you some pages from the book. The book is full of illustrations about the composer or the writer himself and the topics that he is tackling. We start with acknowledgements in the beginning of the book, first pages, and then we move to the contents. But the most interesting part, as we can see later, is that the author is giving us the definition of ecstasy in the beginning of the book. And as you can see, he is showing us both the definition in English and Arabic. Basically, you can find that the books come in either English or Arabic, but it's my first time to see that the book itself is translated into very well standard Arabic, like very well level of standard Arabic. Seems like the author wanted to preserve the dignity and the beauty of standard Arabic, and that's what he mentioned actually in the acknowledgements. If you can start reading the definition here, as you can see, if we're gonna read the English part, he said that ecstasy means an overwhelming feeling of great happiness or joyful excitement, or a state of intensely beautiful bliss. If you've ever been so happy that the rest of the world seemed to disappear, you've felt ecstasy. Like, the word ecstasy itself is always having this kind of negative connotation in our Arabic world specifically, because some people believe that ecstasy has to do with extra enjoyment of whatever pleasures, but that's not true. Ecstasy is a very high, sublime level of happiness, extreme happiness. This extreme happiness could just come from inner peace, from self like commitment, maybe self-acknowledgement, self-love. It depends on whatever you're feeling or going through. And this is what the author is trying to tell us in his book this time. In our review of this book, I'm going to be reviewing the book in the form of a wrap-up, so I'm not going to go through every single page. No, I will choose some pages, the pages that really hit me deep, and I will be talking about them. And I will start today with talking about one of the pages that really made me feel that this book is really different. But before that, we can see that the author started with a welcome note, just like I did yesterday. But his welcome note was so different. He's saying hello, and that's so weird. When it comes to reading books, we just like find that they start with the dialogue, with the conversation, with some kind of introduction about themselves. But this guy did not do this, and that was really beautiful. He started talking about his own world and how the world he's living in, his own world, is so different and diverse. And the book comes with cartoonized illustrations. So as you see here, there are cartoons. Every cartoon in every page is illustrating the idea of the page he's talking about. And seems like 65 days is not out of the blue, or actually the author wanted to tell us something from the idea of 65 days that he already put on the front page here, the cover of the book. 65 days here means that the author has been through a lot during those 65 days, and seems like he lived a very hard journey from darkness to light, from day 1 to day 65. And that's what he's trying to go with us through again, to show us that human nature is flexible, is fragile, vulnerable, and after all, really strong and powerful. With day 1, we can see here his world, and seems like it's a very small world, but still full of wonders. And if we just zoom in here, you can see that the first page about his world is talking about how his world is, and how he always asks himself here. If you get here, this part, this line specifically, he always asks himself, why me? So it seems like this guy in the first day, he was not really happy with the idea that he's being in trials all of the time, and is being tested, and is being subject to a lot of hard times. He was not happy with that, and he was asking himself all of the time, why me? Like many of us do. We just, like, whenever we get through any problem, any hard times, we just stop and we'd ask, why is this happening to me? Why this is not happening to anyone else? Why me? Why my world is being hit so hard? Why am I being tested in the most and ugliest forms? In an answer to this question, actually, we can see here that he said primarily it's about the darkness that has taken over us, and the darkness we are connected and we're consumed with. May you find serenity in this world. That was really beautiful, actually, very touching as well. He's trying to say that darkness connects all of us, all our souls. Every single one of us goes through this kind of hard times. Sooner or later, you'll go through that, and there's nothing called why me. I mean, this is human nature. This is the law of nature. You have to go through the dark time in order to reach the light, after all. In all scenarios, the darkness is the only connection between human souls, just like the light is. Moving on to the part that I really loved here. I really loved this page, and to show you the illustration of this page, the cartoon part, he's showing us that day 2 is really hard to him. So this is the guy himself, as you can see here, and he's asking himself, the day I lost myself, and on the other side is translating it into اليوم الذي فقدت فيه نفسي, and seems like he's trying to search for himself all over the place here, and he's even holding some torch. Seems like his identity is completely lost. He's lost himself a long time ago. He's trying to meditate. Maybe he can find himself back, but still in vain. And about this part, he gave us a very nice intro, and he said, there will come a day when you will lose yourself completely. It may come when you lose someone dear to you, or when you experience heartbreak, or when you try to please everyone, or when you are betrayed by someone who you thought would never betray you. And when that happens, it will be so devastating that you'll start to lose yourself. Slowly, day by day, little by little, you will lose parts of yourself and eventually lose yourself completely. Then, you'll question yourself, asking whether you will ever find yourself again. Know that you will. One day you will find yourself again. And when you do, it won't be the old you. It will be a person who is stronger and wiser than before. It will be the new you, and it will be someone who will never be lost again, ever. And this is the Arabic part. So, really, this page is one of my favorites. He's acknowledging a human fact. The fact that all of us will lose ourselves at some point. Because of hard times, because of pain, because of losing a dear person. And by loss here, it doesn't mean that the person dies. The person could be dead or could be alive but still dead in our eyes. You might lose a person because this person has betrayed you in a way. This person has turned unkind to you. This person has turned their back on you and walked away for whatever reason. We lose in different ways. It doesn't have to be a person, it could be something that you really love so deep and so hard, and you had to lose it. Losses come in different forms and different shapes, and all of them are really painful. Loss means pain, means growing up, means understanding that life could freeze, but still, after all, move. I mean, if there is snow, there is sun at the same time, and this is what it's trying to say, that no matter how frozen you might feel deep down, still, after some time, the sun will touch your heart again, and all of the snow will melt down. And no matter what you go through, even if it was the most excruciating pain on earth, still, after some time, you'll heal yourself. You will be able to heal this pain yourself with the help of yourself, and of course, the help of people who love you. But all of this starts with the fact that you have to love yourself even if you lose yourself. I mean, it doesn't mean that you lose yourself trying to prove something to people or trying to show something to people that you'll never be able to find yourself again. No, sometimes we have to lose ourselves in order to find ourselves back again. And actually, when you lose yourself and you manage to find it back again, it feels really good. It feels really different. Because once you find yourself, you never lose it again, no matter what. That was one of my favorite pages. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little review. I'll be completing later with other pages from the book and other reviews, the book pages. Please let me know your feedback and comments. And if you like this video, please press like and let me know your own opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening, everyone.